Go ahead.
Okay, we'd like to welcome our audience to our presentation today of the enhancements of Moodle. We have evaluated different, different Web 2.0 applications, and we are going to give our evaluation of what we believe would be the recommendations for an improved Moodle product. Our evaluation team includes myself, Scott, Kassem, Jasmine, Sonali, Michelle, Alok, and Aga. So, with further ado, we present to you Project Moodle 2.0.
Thank you, Scott. Our project mission statement for this evening is to enrich Moodle with enterprise project. Our project mission statement for this evening is to enrich Moodle with Enterprise 2.0 functionality for an effective content and project collaboration tool for virtual teams. Our vision statement is to enhance Moodle with robust Enterprise 2.0 collaboration functionality. The goal and objective is, our goal is to improve Moodle's functionality and usability as a virtual team project collaboration tool. The objective is to evaluate Enterprise 2.0 collaborative tools and recommend suitable enhancements for Moodle version 2.0 release. Next is our speaker, Alok Verma.
Thanks, Jasmine. And before I talk about evolution of collaborative tools, I'd just like to give a reference of Tom Friedman, who talks about the world is flat. And what he metaphors with that statement is that more and more we are getting closer to the world, and all boundaries are getting broken, and there are several factors which has flattened the world. An example is the Berlin Wall, which removed the entire political barrier and balances the power. And then comes the evolution of internet. That has really bridged the gap and connected the entire community to the rest of the world. And then whole business environment becomes seamless. So if we look at the way it has evolved, way back in 1992, the Web 1.0, which has really started giving the information which is more static and more HTML based, where people were publishing the information about product and services. And over the years, we have seen the evolution of the technology which has come about, likes of wiki or weblog, and then going forward down the line with the RSS feeds, and giving XML and REST services based on the protocol of service-oriented architecture. And then today we have the host of technology, including the social community-based software, which really brings the whole paradigm towards the Enterprise 2.0. So if I have to really give a contrast or compare between these two paradigms, we'll have to really see that how Enterprise 2.0 paradigm has evolved. And I was fortunate to meet Dr. Andrew McAfee just the other day at Oracle Open World Conference, and he is the father of the Enterprise 2.0, who coined the terminology, and how he sees the Enterprise 2.0 evolving as going forward. He sees that Enterprise 2.0 and Enterprise 1.0 is based on the technology which is Web 2.0 platform. Now, today what he defines that the enterprise which is looking at to achieve the goal has to be based on the platform, which should be seamless, which should integrate with the community, and which should be open in terms of networking, and that's the platform which he's looking at. And he sees the community which is based on not on hierarchy. He sees the organization which should be more flatter, which should have no barriers, which should have no kind of inhibition in terms of communication, exchange of information, and transferring the knowledge all across. Then he talks about that there should not be any friction in terms of any decision making. He sees that organizations should flow absolutely with ease, and then there should not be any bureaucracy, should not be any inflexibility in decision making. Rather, it should not be technology driven. It should be more user driven. Users should be more empowered to give input to the whole business processes. And then it's a very important part we talks about should be bottom line. Now, gone are the days when CEOs were making the decisions in the boardroom. These days, people are looking at the feedback from the users and consumers, and they are empowering the decisions in terms of the product innovation, in terms of business process redefinitions, and making the decision effective. Examples could be given like Dell. And Michael Dell was in the room, and he was sharing the same thing. How the product, new innovation is coming about with the feedback coming in from the consumer, from the users who are using the computer, giving the positive feedback about improvement and enhancement, and then the R&D is making changes in the product innovation. Larry Ellison, when he talks about the product innovation, he announced the fastest computer in the world, Exadata, along with some microsystems. He has also mentioned the same thing, that all this decision, all this innovation has really come about by the feedback of users. And it has been possible with the help of technology, because now users can have the real-time access to the decision makers. They can be able to give feedback to the product or services, and that could reach directly to the people who needs to that. It should be more, earlier it was centralized, but now it is more, in terms of no boundaries. It should be more distributed, and people should be able to make decisions collectively, collaboratively, and that's the thing which is more important for enterprise to the environment. Looking at, again, contrast, early organizations, a decade ago, most of the people were making the decision under silos or the department based, but today it is absolutely based on the global environment. There is no boundaries between the departments or organizations or region, rather it's absolutely across the globe and across the team which is making decisions. And based on open standards, short time to market, and on demand. These are some of the things which has really helped the business to look at how that could reach and global customers quicker and address the need more effectively. Now, with this, I will lead right to Scott to talk about how the whole thing has evolved in terms of our methodology to recommend the best suggestion for Moodle 2.0 enhancement.
So what I wanted to do with this slide here was graphically depict how each individual evaluated their case study or the Web 2.0 applications that they chose to evaluate. So as you can see here, it's somewhat of a funnel shape with the larger end having a level of ambiguity, meaning that, for instance, an IM application, you have many different IM applications that do essentially the same task. However, there is specific differences or niches between each one. So on each individual case study that each of us did, which we did 4 each, it was our task to kind of start with this large ambiguous section and kind of funnel it down to a more precise evaluation where we could find the right fit for Moodle 2.0 and what we were looking for to get out of that. So you can see the information flowing in on one side and then research finding flowing out on the other side with kind of the optimal timing decision in the middle, because if we wanted to spend a whole lot of time on each thing we could have, but that wasn't going to be optimal for this project. We really wanted to spend enough time, get enough out of it to recommend whatever the application may be, and then move on to the next one. So this is how we did it. So then I built a model, kind of putting it all together and in scope of the whole project. So this is the project methodology graphically depicted, and you can see that on the left side there is numerous funnels. This is to represent each of the team members, so there are 7, and so each person did their case studies and funneled down their ideas into feature evaluations, which then we all met as a team and decided on recommendations.